Alright, what's going on, people? I am back. Today I have some more draft league action in the NPL Tryouts against Dee Train and the St. Louis Blues. I didn't meet him until this league. He's a really cool guy, and I'm excited to play him in his dual regenerator core team. So he has a team obviously consisting of Regenerator, Amoongus, Regenerator, Torn-T, got Necrozma, Terrakion, Manaphy, and Vikavolt. I could explain his entire team, but these were literally the only mons I expected him to bring outside of Vikavolt. I didn't expect him to bring that, but he did bring it. And of course, here, I have my Drapion, Black Sludge, Toxic Spikes, Knockoff, Taunt, and Earthquake. I have Flamethrower, Air Slash, Roost, Nasty Plot, Togekiss, Standard, Rocks, Whirlwind, Slack Off, Earthquake, Hippo. I have Standard Opening because there is no other set than the Standard set. I have Celebi, that is just, actually this is a really interesting set. This is like kind of a physically defensive set. Also the Togekiss set is physically defensive, and I found out that it's specially defensive, and then I also have a defensive Manaphy, then I have choice, not defensive Manaphy, I have a defensive 76 plus, 76 Impish Bold, Celebi with max HP, and then the rest dumped into special attack to deal with the Terrakion and the Necrozma and whatnot. So I'm going to have Scarf Rotom Heat. So my game plan here was to lead off with Rotom because I did not think that he didn't have any electric immunity, so I was like, okay, this is actually perfect for me because I don't expect his Terrakion to be Scarf. I don't expect Torn to be Scarf because these two mons are great with setting up and versatility and not being locked into one choice item. And I didn't figure that Manaphy would be Scarf because that thing just doesn't run Scarf. I didn't figure that Necrozma was going to be Scarf because Necrozma is also very versatile. And if Vikavolt was Scarf, then I was faster than it. So my thought process here was to easily lead off with Rotom Heat. So that's what I'm going to do. Lead off with Rotom Heat. And first turn I'm just going to reveal that it's Scarf. I'm just going to Volt Switch. And right there off that damage, because I'm 252 Modest, that is an Assault Vest No, it's not an Assault Vest Tornadus. It's max HP. We'll find out later that it's not Assault Vest. So it's max HP. I assumed that he had a lot of investment into his HP. So I was like, okay, this is good information. He knows that I'm Scarf, but that's fine. So we're going to switch out here into Togekiss as he is going to knock off Fine Play on his part. And here I don't know what I do here. I think I just Air Slash? Yeah, Air Slash for 38%. Now here I could have stayed in and possibly Flamethrower for a KO, but I didn't want to risk the roll, so I'm just going to play it safe where I make out to Rotom because it resists everything. Here he makes an agility play, and I'm like, okay, this is fine. I really wanted to Volt Switch on this play, but just to make it safe because I didn't know if he was going to stay and try to HP Rock me or whatnot, so I was like, you know what? It'll be perfectly fine if I just overheat. He ends up switching out, and this overheat's going to do a massive amount of damage to his Terrakion, 35%, which is really good for me. I'm going to switch right out into Powdon as he's going to double into a Amoongus, which is a great play because that was really obvious. I'm not even going to lie, that was very obvious. I'm like, okay, well this is fine, I have a lot of longevity here. I am just going to throw up my rocks because I believe I was actually, I was Rocky Helmet there. I figured I'd be faster. Turns out he Sludge Bombs me because I figured, I also kind of knew he was playing from the back. Kind of at this point, I have done a lot of the damage to his mons, and he's kind of in the back. Even if it's only 6 turns in, I don't really have anything to worry because he hasn't pressured me with anything. So I'm like, you know what? I don't think he's going to put grass move here. I'm just going to take this as an opportunity because I have a Drapion, because I have a Togekiss, because I have all of these different answers to this thing. There's no way he would click the grass move on his first turn of this mon being in. So I'm going to lay out my rocks here. That works out, and now I'm going to fear him clicking a grass type move because I didn't know what this thing's set. And I'm going to go out of my Drapion as he's going to Sludge Bomb. He's going to do 27. So I'm like, okay, this is fine. Maybe he's probably a little bit invested into a special attack. And now I think Earthquake there. Yeah, I expected him to go into Terrakion on a knockoff. But here I'm just going to knock off this Tornadus here on the Yachi. And this is the play that I was going to make here because I didn't want him to get any free entrances with this Terrakion. So I'm going to click Earthquake here because I figured he'd want to preserve his Tornadus. and go out into a mon that threatened my entire team, which is Terrakion. So I'm going to Earthquake here, and he's going to go right out into the Terrakion, so I made the correct play there. I got about a mid-roll on that one, so that was good. I didn't have a chance to KO at all, but it's fine, I needed the damage, so now here I'm going to go ahead and take a switch out. What I should have done here is I should have obviously thought that he was going to go for the Z here because he's low. I should have gone into Togekiss and then proceeded to switch out into a Hippowdon, into my Rocky Helmet, and slacked off on his close combat a couple turns later, and knocked it out that way, and having preserved my Hippowdon, but that's not what happens here. I'm just going to go out into it really stupidly here, and he's just going to be able to KO me with all-out pummeling plus a close combat. But no, I'm going to switch out. I'm going to go into my Celebi, because I wanted to preserve that as a sack, or be able to... I just wanted it as a sack, actually. For the track, or whatever. Not for the track. I just wanted it as a sack. So he's going to close combat me here. And I was like, I didn't even think of the possibility of X-Scissor. But he does X-Scissor here, and I calc it after. I had a chance. I actually had a 89% chance to live that, I believe, or 90-something. It was very high that I lived that. And he ends up getting a roll, which sucks for me, because I would have been able to Giga Drain this thing, knock it out, and still have this Celebi alive, because it does beat up the entire of his team. So I'm like, okay, that's really bad. And I'm just going to go into Rotom, because I know he's not Scarf. I'm going to go in here and fire off a Volt Switch. He goes into Vikavolt. I'm like, alright, this is fine. I'm going to go right out into my Lopunny, because Lopunny is the best. It's broken. And I wanted a Power Punch there, but I didn't. I just went up for a return to kind of see what his answer to this thing was, and it is a Fizz Def, the Necrozma, which is fine. I'm going to go into Drapion here, and I see how to set. He is Moonlight, so I'm going to go ahead and hit him with a knockoff here, as he's going to go into Torn, and I'm just going to knock off twice here. He does miss a Hurricane here. I missed a little bit in Spadef. It wouldn't have been able to kill me at all, or even do half, but he's going to miss, which sucks. But that's the risky running Hurricane. Knock out the thing there. Now here I'm going to taunt because I don't want him sporing me, and now I'm going to proceed to knock off, because even if he wanted to go into the Terrakion, it would die to a knockoff. So he's going to keep Sludge Bombing me here, and then knock off Choice Specs, which I'm like, okay, this is very interesting. And now I'm going to lay up Toxic Spikes, because now that this Amoonguss is in, it has to go out into another mon and absorb take the Toxic Spikes, which is what I wanted. I wanted something to get Toxic here and have it whittled down. So I'm just going to go for Toxic Spikes there, and I'm just going to keep on clicking. I'm going to click Taunt again here because I don't want to get spored. It's very obvious, but I'm not losing anything by it. He's not going to be doing a lot of damage with Sludge Bomb, so I'm just going to keep knocking off here. As he keeps Sludge Bombing, I'm just going to knock off again as he goes into Vikavolt, and I know that I can outspeed this thing and knock it out, but I think he preserved. No, he does preserve it because he wants to get the Toxic Spikes away, which is a smart play. So I'm just going to knock off here as he goes out into Manaphy here, which is interesting. And he goes into Manaphy. I'm like, okay, this thing is a very big threat as I knock off a Salic Berry, which definitely had the potential to sweep me. So I'm going to knock off again there. And here I'm actually going to make a very risky play. It's not that risky because I know I lived anything. But I'm going to go ahead and make another knockoff play, because I wanted to get this thing in range of 100% its die to a Volt Switch from my max special attack Modest Rotom Heat. So he's going to get brought down to 48% as I knock off on the tail that I predicted. And now this is when the Hippowdon play is going to come into effect, because I can just sack off my Hippowdon to this Manaphy's Surf at +3, let it die, and get a free switch into my choice Scarf Rotom Heat, which is, you're going to see is that's exactly happening. I'm down 5-4 right now, but it's not that big of a deal. I'm just going to go ahead and Volt Switch, and he's going to sack his Vikavolt here. And I'm going to go out right out into my Lopunny. It's the best thing to go out into here. And he's going to go out into his Amoonguss, and I'm just going to take this as an opportunity. I actually could have killed it there with Return, but judging by how much that did, but I didn't do that. He's going to go right back out into his Necrozma. I'm like, okay, well, I can take this thing off my Drapion. As he Heat Waves. Doesn't burn me, thankfully, and I'm just going to keep knocking off here, honestly. I'm going to keep knocking off. Thankfully, he's not burning me, and I knock off this thing's leftovers, which is fantastic. He's just going to keep Moonlighting up. And I'm just going to keep knocking off because I want to wear this thing's Moonlights down so that I can set up and win with possibly my Togekiss or my Lopunny, or even, like, all three of those mons are looking very winnable for this game right now. He's going to Heat Wave here, and now this is the opportunity that I'm going to set up Nasty Plots, and this is kind of where the battle goes downhill for me. He's going to Psychic again, and I'm going to Roost up here, and now his Taunt ends, and I'm going to Air Slash. I Roost here, which is a terrible play. I should have definitely Air Slashed him there, but that's my fault. He's going to Moonlight here, and I'm gonna air slash for 55%. Now here, I wanted to, I nasty plotted again, thinking that he was just gonna moonlight because that's the most sensible play. But he ends up just staying in and kind of just using it as fodder off. But that's actually gonna work to his advantage here because he's gonna moonlight on this turn, and I'm gonna get that 5% miss chance. I'm gonna miss my air slash here, which sucks because now the following turn he's gonna be at full health, knock out my Togekiss plus the Toxic, and I'm gonna have done absolutely nothing to this Necrozma, but where it wastes its moonlights, which is good. But if I would have got that damage off, I would have been able to have this thing super low to where I could have just swept with Lopunny right there. But it doesn't, obviously in the end, you'll see it doesn't really matter that much. So I'm going to switch out to Drapion, because I knew he was going to Psychic there. And I'm just going to keep knocking off here. I could have taunted, but I didn't want to do that. So I'm going to go into Lopunny here. And my only thought process of winning here was being able to do it with Lopunny, because I wasn't gonna be able to. I didn't have enough stacks to switch back between overheats and electric moves to knock out all of his mons here. So I'm going to Lopunny, and I'm going to go right for a power up punch. I mean, the fake out didn't really matter if I had done that, and then clicked him with the return. So I was just like, I'm gonna go straight for the power up punch. I could have gone for fake out. It doesn't really matter. The calc was that if power up punch into return at +1 definitely killed if I lived whatever psychic move he threw out. So that's my game plan here. The power up punch does 9%. I'm going to get a +1 into attack, and his psychic's not going to kill me. And now my return's going to be able to kill this Necrozma. And I am going to just be able to click return on everything. And thankfully, I'm going to knock out the Manaphy, and he's going to go back out to his Moongus, and because this thing is choice specs and it's more so invested into its offense, it's not going to be able to take this return. And as you saw before, this was Z Terrakion, so it's not faster than me, and I'm going to Drain Punch, and I'm going to pick up a W in the top 16 brackets versus Dee Train and St. Louis Blues. It was a great game to him. I almost felt as if I got hacked away there, but we ended up taking the game with Lopunny because the thing is busted. Yeah, it was a great game to Dee Train, so now we move on to the top 8 in the bracket for the NPL Tryouts. So if I, basically you have to win top 8, then top 4, then top 2, and then you become the guaranteed major spot. But I'm just looking to have good games and see, test what God's giving me and the ability to play this game, It's very fun. So, yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and